Michael, it's a busy night in the Wiregrass. Lots of action coming up.
Yep, just ahead. So you know the rule, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back for the extra point after the break.
That's right.
Hi. I can hear you.
Testing. The Knights entered the matchup undefeated against the Warhawks. Would they make the series record 3-0? But the Warhawks and stop.
Showing.
So here's what we're going to do. Just because we haven't even got this highlight yet. Dothan Smith Station.
Needs to get his first win as head coach in his second season, but he says it's not. Oh,
Hi.
Hello. Hey, did you hear me, Julian?
Are you here? I'm sorry.
We just took out the Dothan Smith Station highlight. It would have been the last because we don't even have it.
The Extra Point, sponsored by Good Morning Mattress Center.
And welcome into another edition of the Extra Point. I'm Michael Rinker.
And I'm Austin Greenland. Tonight we have a good mix of region action and some old-time rivalry matchups.
All right, so as always, we're going to kick it off with our game of the week, and we go to Sylvie Sparks, who ventured out to Daleville tonight as the Warhawks host Northside Methodist. Sylvie.
Game of the Week, sponsored by ENG Care.
hey everyone, I promise I'm out here live in Warhawk Stadium, but they just turned the lights out on me. Tonight's game of the week was a 3A Region 2 matchup between the Northside Methodist Knights and the Daleville Warhawks. Northside entered this matchup undefeated against Daleville, so would they make the series record 3-0, or would Daleville defend home turf?
Here come the Knights, 2-2 on the season and looking to get back in the win column. Here are the Warhawks, fresh off their first on-the-field win since 2019 last week. First quarter, after a huge punt return, Knights in scoring position. Quarterback tosses it to Jonathan Steinfeld, who gets in the end zone for the Knights. After the two-point conversion, they're up 8-0. Daleville's chance to respond. QB Marion Pinckney connects with Rolando Roman, who escapes a couple of Knights before he's taken down, picking up a big gain for the Warhawks. In scoring position, Pinckney takes the snap and runs right in for the Warhawk touchdown. After the two-point conversion, we're all tied up at 8-8. Knights ball now. Harrison Hicks scrambling. He's almost brought down but stays on his feet. He sends it deep, and it's caught by Caleb Watkins for a huge Northside first down. Third and goal from the 8. Hicks looking for his man, and he finds him. Colin Blackwell in the end zone for the score. With only a few seconds left on the clock, we head into the half. Knights up 15-8.
The second half was relatively scoreless, but the Warhawks eventually found the end zone in the fourth and then put a stop to Northside in the final seconds from retaking the lead. Daleville gets its second win of the season in their home opener, 16-15 over Northside Methodist. I spoke to second-year head coach Will Gardner after the game, and I asked him what it means to get his 2 first wins and let alone back-to-back. He says it's not about him, it's about these players and this school, and he is just so proud to be a Warhawk tonight. They must be celebrating somewhere else because, as you can tell, I am alone out here. So I'm going to send it back to you guys in the studio. That's it for me in Daleville. I'm Sylvie Sparks.
Hey, thanks, Sylvie. I'm so proud of the Daleville boys. Big win. Big win is right. Now, we had about 15 minutes west on Highway 84. Enterprise hosting Rehoboth for homecoming.
Homecoming indeed. Believe it or not, these two teams have never played over 75 seasons, so this should be a good one. And here we are with the Wildcats. They're looking to stay hot after they beat down Smith Station last week. As for the Rebels, they're coming off back-to-back losses. A win tonight would be huge for momentum. Here they are. Wildcats up early. Keon Dunlap with the screen. He finds Tyson Cole, but the ball comes loose and is recovered by a bunch of Rebels right there. Huge takeaway for this 5A school as they look to pull off the upset on homecoming night. Here they are trying to capitalize. Luke Odom gets the snap. It's bobbled, and it's in the end zone, picked off by Trevon Kimmerlin for the INT. Cats back on the ball. Dunlap going to the snap. He's finding Mikkel Johnson. He's going to swing left, get into a pile of people. You don't see it there, but he got out right there. And as he goes down the sideline, he's got a bunch of green turf as it varies in color as you run on Enterprise Stadium. And he's going to score for a huge touchdown there. Enterprise up in this one. First of many touchdowns for the Wildcats. Later in the first, Dunlap back to pass, and he's going to throw a dime. Andrew Purcell in the corner of the end zone. Yes, sir. Hauls it in. 2-point conversion puts Enterprise up 16-0. And it was there on out where Enterprise took this one 50-6. Well, these next two teams haven't met since 2015, Austin, but now they're region opponents.
That's right. Now, we're talking about Abbeville and Wicksburg tonight at Panther Stadium. Wicksburg running out with enthusiasm per always. You gotta love Josh Cox of the Panthers, right? First quarter handoff, Jalen Murray pushes through the line, 30-yard run into the, no, not the end zone, but still 0-0. Linebacker pass to Amon Bills, picked off by number 63, ran all the way back with it. Unfortunately, personal foul, called it back to the 15. But Mason Burkhardt under pressure keeps it and gets it within the 10 of the goal line. Scoring on the next play. Now, second quarter, 6-0. Handoff to Watavius Colney. Ambushed by a swarm of tacklers. Boom, there they are. Now, 8-6 Abbeville. Lazy pass to Tyler Williams. Put Wicksburg up 14-6. So, whoop, it is. High pass again, straight to Gabe Glover. Runs it back for the pick six. All the way back. Look at him go. Crowd is going crazy. Final score of this one, 29-8. Wicksburg takes her home. And on one of our last remaining undefeated teams lies in Georgia, right? Now, of course, that being Early County.
Yep, these Bobcats have been balling, but tonight they put their 4-0 record on the line against Baconton Charter. What a name that is. First possession for the Bobcats. Kadarius Boyd in the motion, gets the handoff, and he's going to take it 50 yards to the end zone there at Standifer Field. Those Bobcat fans got something to cheer about early on. They're up 6-0 here, and it was a good night on the ground for the Bobcats. Boyd gets the handoff, and again, similar to that last play, this time he's going to pop off a 40-yard run, and he is in for another Early County touchdown. And here they are, back in Blazers territory, and it's going to be running back Jaquel Crispin on the handoff, and he finds his way as he runs over a defender at the goal line, and it's all Early County at this point. And let's go back to Crispin one more time, shall we? Two-piece for you, and that's an 11-yard score, his second on the night. Bobcats win 40-6. They are 5-0 on the year.
Well, hey, don't go anywhere. When we come back, we go out to Dale County, Ayrton at home in a region game against Zion Chapel.
Yeah, we got a whole lot coming your way, so we'll be right back. Stay with us. Come back to us. We don't want to kill scoreboards. We're killing next week tees before scoreboards. I don't know who made that call, but check with us next time, please. Don't want to be a brat. Don't worry about the times on these. We're just going to have to run through these real quick.
Okay. See.
Hey, do not kill scoreboard.
You're watching The Extra Point on WDHM, sponsored by Good Morning Mattress Center.
And welcome back. Let's get right into the next highlight. Houston Academy hosting New Brockton here.
That's right. HA students bringing the heat here tonight. They were loud and ready for it. Now 9:49 in the first. Raiders on the 50. Jeb Daugherty with 2 tackles already, kicking the dust up. Kids' stats are on steroids. 50 yards to the house. Raiders leave at 7-0. WDHN Chief Meteorologist Matthew Wan liking what he sees. And Daugherty and the Raiders fueling up. Brockton in the back of their end zone, kicking off to Wells. 34 yards as he gets the ball, bringing it all the way back to the house. Watch him jibbing and jiving and bringing it all the way back onto the opposite corner. 14-0 HA. Zach Holmes and the New Brockton Gamecocks don't like what they see. Caden Mitchell connected with Rod Jackson once again for one of 2 touchdowns from Rod before the second. Kids loving it. Right, HA up 28-0 at the end of the first. The second quarter is more of the same as Will Wells bringing in the house. 254 yards with just over 300 in the full game. HA taking it 49-6.
All right, as we move along here, we have our next one. Ayrton hosting Zion Chapel here at the Zoom Stein, and it was a good night to be a Purple Cat. Once again, here come those Purple Cats, and we're going to start it with the opening kickoff here. Ayrton sending it to Zion Chapel. Ball's going to roll down the field. Rebels get it, but before he knows it, he's going to get tackled there, and he's going to cough up the football. Guess who made that tackle? Star running back Jordan Smith. Purple Cats in early in the red zone. And hey, man makes a play, reward him. And he's going to do just that again in his first touchdown of the night. You're going to see number 1 quite a few times in this highlight. And after a quick 3-and-out by Zion Chapel, Purple Cats will be back in the red zone, sent to drop and pass. Finds no one, but hey, Smith's there in the flat, makes one-man miss with a super cut, if you want to call it that. And he scores his second touchdown of the night. And the Rebels wouldn't get much going on offense here. 4th and 3, and the snap goes over their heads, and Ayrton getting another turnover inside of advantage territory. So let's go for another touchdown, Salwie. And it's Ian Sen once again. This time he's going to find a receiver, and it's Isaiah Johnson in the back of the end zone, making the snag over the defender. Ayrton rolls in this one, going on to win 35-0.
Now for our next highlight, though, Sampson is shooting for a win number 1 in this one, as going up against the Cottonwood Bears, trying to tack up another one of the win column. Here comes the Tigers and their opponent for the evening, the Cottonwood Bears. Quarterback Caden Simmons takes the snap, but it's on the ground of the Tigers and Bears. Oh my, on the field. But the Tigers of Sampson would gain possession. Cottonwood would get another shot here. Simmons looks and launches one to his man, Dylan McCardle. They would get an unbelievable capitalized catch, walking them go all the way down to the 30-yard line. Later in the first, Brandon Nixon sends it to the sky. To Christian Williams, who called the house phone because he's on the way home. Hello, mother. Here I come. Then in the second, Cottonwood would add to their lead as Simmons would eventually hand off to Marcus Alvarez. He finds the pay dirt here, who finds more pay dirt and more pay dirt, giving the Bears a 2-score advantage. Now Sampson trying to get some offense going. Branch gives it to Brody Mixon, but he's brought down by a host of Bears. Cottonwood run away with this one, 22-0.
All right, when we come back, play of the night. You know the rule. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Play of the night, sponsored by Lewis Smith Supply Company.
All right, real quick, here we go for the play of the night. It's going to be Mikael Johnson, and we're going to do this super fast because this man run around the field, and then before you knew it, he is gone to the races there in double time. Enterprise, a great night for them, Austin. And that is your play of the night. But hey, we aren't done yet.
No, we are
Part
not.
of our show coming on Facebook.
That's right. The Extra Point there on our WDHN Facebook page. Go over there. Go watch us. We got a lot more stuff coming up your way.
Yep. See you there.
Yeah.
This is the Extra Point Overtime.
We're good? We got it?
We are good.
We got it?
We are good to go here, Austin.
Thank goodness. Welcome to another edition of the Extra Point Overtime. Thanks for joining us. I'm your host, Austin Greenland.
And I'm Michael Rinker. Let's start. You know the deal. Game of the week.
Woo! Let's go, baby.
Game of the Week, sponsored by ENT Care.
All right, we're heading out to Warhawks Stadium, Daleville, hosting Northside Methodist in a crucial 3A game.
That's right. When it's all said and done, this game could have a lot to say in those final standings. Here come the Northside Methodist Knights looking to break in on their first win in the region, but Daleville trying to find their first dub for the first time since week 8 and 9 of 2019. First quarter, after a huge punt return, the Knights in scoring position. Quarterback tosses it to Jonathan Steinfeld, of course. He gets in the end zone. They go up by 8. Now Daleville, chance to respond. Omarion Pickney connects with Rolando Roman, who escapes a couple of Knights before he's taken down. Picks up a big game for the Warhawks, and in scoring position, Pickney takes a snap and runs it right there, calling his own number. The 2-point conversion, we're all tied up at 8. Now Knights ball now on Harrison Hicks. Hicking that ball, scrambling around. He's almost brought down, but stays up on his feet, and he hits that ball across the field. Cable block is for a huge Northside first down. Third down and goal from the 8. Hicks looking around left and right for his man, and he finds Colin Blackwell in the end zone for the score. And Blackwell, he got sticky palms out there. With only a few seconds left in the clock, he had into the half. 15-8, and the Daleville Warhawks come out with this one for their first time they've ever scored or won a back-to-back game since week 8 and 9 of the 2019 season in October. 16-15 is the final there.
That was a big, big win tonight.
I can see Coach Will Garner right now just jumping up and down watching us. He's so pumped. Congratulations, boys. Well deserved.
Obviously.
Way to work hard.
Yep, and those Warhawk fans remember that season 2019. Jalen White, who's now a Georgia Southern running back, having a stellar year so far, was the leading catalyst. Broke the season record for rushing yards in a season. So that's been a long time for the Warhawks. Good for them.
Well deserved. Well deserved. Now let's go out to Skipperville, Geneva County, visiting GW Long.
Now these are a couple of teams coming off losses last week, so let's see who got back in the win column. I'll say, hey, I got to this game a little late from Ayrton, so here we are with 4 minutes to play. GW Long trying to build on a 7-0 lead. And it's going to be a passing game right now, and that is as they try to get off the clock. Bryson Hughes finds his man, and later on, you're going to see a lot of Mr. Hughes there, number 2 from the gun. Claps his hands. He says, I'm ready to go. Let's get it. This time he's going to find Shakir Redding right there on the slant, and he picks up another first down for the Rebels as they're moving down the field. Now let's go back to the slant route. It's going to be Hughes, Shakir Redding, one more time, shall we? He gets down inside the 5, but unfortunately, the clock is running, and they only have one timeout. So as he's brought down there, Daleville says, hey, let's go ahead and kick a field goal. No, one more play. I'm sorry. Got ahead of myself. Field goal's coming soon. There it is. That is back to Tanner Patton. Tanner Patton's going to make the field goal, but his brother getting inside the 5. And here is number 90, and this kid's got a boot. He makes this field goal, not the longest of field goals, but he knocks it right down the middle, followed it up with a kickoff that went out the end zone. So GW Long went on to win this one 21-0.
GV County really struggling so far this season, 1-3. Well, and we shall end the show back in a 7A region. What, end the show? We weren't ending
we're
the
just
show.
starting. That was a little bit earlier.
Oh,
we're back here.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Well, Dothan on the road against Smith Station. And last week?
Dothan, they used some fourth quarter magic to beat Prattville. Did they need it tonight? Well, hey, they might need a show because we had some fireworks. And it's homecoming for Smith Station. This is Jackson Greer taking the snap for a Panther touchdown. That would be one of many touchdowns that you're going to see. That's 29-15 Dothan. But Dothan keeping their foot on the gas. The handoff to Raymond Blackman. And he's going to make one man miss. Makes two men miss right there. And Blackman is off to the races. Can he catch him? Cuts back inside. Cuts it up and will be brought down. But he picks up a huge chunk as the pile starts right there. And Blackman again, he's able to find his way and punch it in for another Wolves touchdown. It's now 36-15, but Smith Station's going to continue fighting. The QB showing off his running game with a 35-yard run for Greer. The hair flowing, and he's knocked down there inside Wolves territory. 20 seconds left in the half. Greer scrambling, and he breaks through the defenders, finds Quentin Brooks for a score. But this one had a lot of scoring in it. And
A lot.
Let's go ahead and take that final score here. I believe it was 57-43, putting up 100 between these two. What a game. Dothan brings back a win. Safe travels to those Wolves as they head back down the road.
Yeah, right. Now let's take a recap. Now we head about 15 minutes west on Highway 84 to Enterprise, hosting Rehoboth for homecoming.
Yep, these two teams have both played for over 75 seasons. Believe it or not, never played football against each other. Here they are, the Wildcats, looking to stay hot after they beat Smith Station last week, as Dothan just did this week. The Rebels trying to stave off a couple of losses. A win tonight would be huge. Keon Dunlap with the screen to Tyson Cole, but he's going to cop up the rock, and the Rebels say, we'll take care of that on the road. Can't turn the ball over. Those home dogs not so happy right now in the City of Progress. Well, here's Luke Odom taking the snap. Jacob Vickers bobbles the ball, and it's going to end in the hands of Trevin Kemmerlin. And he says, hey, why can't I run? They caught it down. Might have had a pick six right there. Nonetheless, Dunlap back in the ground, or the passing game. Going to find Mikkel Johnson. Gets lost amongst all those bodies. But you saw him there at the very end. Cut it out to the right. And he's got a bunch of green grass. And Mikkel Johnson doing what he does best. And that's running the rock down the field. That's going to be about a 75-yard touchdown that really didn't look like much until it was in the end zone. That's a touchdown for Enterprise. And the first of many to come. Dunlap back to the pass. He's going to find Andrew Purcell in the corner of the end zone. Yes, sir. Two-point conversion puts Enterprise up 16-0. And it was their night all night long. They go on to win 50-6. Back-to-back games scoring over 50 points for Enterprise.
You did not only just talk about Rocky Road and make me want ice cream after this, but you also just showed that Enterprise needs a new tire chewed up for that field because they just kick that rubber all over the place.
That's a beautiful field. They don't want to ruin it this quick.
If you haven't been to Enterprise before, you step in there, you're like,
Wildcat Stadium is a spectacle to behold.
It's amazing. Well, these next two teams haven't met since 2015, but now they're region opponents. That's right. That's what I just said. They're region opponents. We're taking Abbeville and Wicksburg tonight at Panther Stadium. Wicksburg running out as they do. Josh Cox and the Panthers going up against, like we said, the Abbeville. First quarter handoff to Jalen Murray, pushes it through the line, 30-yard run. Still 0-0. Pass off to Almon Billings, picked off by number 63 and run it all the way back with it. Unfortunately, personal foul calls that one back to the 15. But 3 plays later, QB Mason Burkhart under pressure, keeping it and running within the 10-yard line. He's in the red zone. Second quarter, 6-0. Handoff to Wantavius Coley. Ambushed by a swarm of tacklers. 8-6, Abbeville. Lazy pass to Tyler Woods. I wouldn't call it lazy. I call it a whoop-de-daisy. 14-6, Wicksburg. Now high pass straight up to Gabe Glover. Runs him back for 6. Pick 6. Playing with sticks. And the crowd is crazy. Final score, 29-8. Wicksburg takes over the Jackets.
Those electric yellow, race yellow, whatever you want to call them, those yellow jerseys for Wicksburg, absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
The grays are cool, the blacks are cool, but that yellow, fire.
I agree. I definitely agree. Although Enterprise always has a stellar.
Oh, yes, they do. Wait till they bring out the military jerseys where they're camo.
Military jerseys?
There's something else. But one of our last remaining undefeated teams here in the Wiregrass lies out in Georgia, with that being Early County, Austin.
That's right. Now, these Bobcats have been balling, baby. But tonight, put their 4-0 record on the line against Baketon?
How do you say that? Baketon. I hope it's
Baketon. I hope it's Baketon. That'd be awesome, right? First possession for the Bobcats. Kamarius Boyd in motion, baby. Gets the handoff, 50 yards to the end zone. Bobcats go up 7-0. Now, good night on the ground for the Bobcats as Boyd gets the handoff once again and again, similar to last play. 40 yards this time. Man, this kid's running 100 miles and running. My goodness. Bobcats in the Blazer territory, running back. Jaquil Chimpson gets it in the action and powers his way over the goal line. Now Chimpson taking it again at 11 yards out to his second touchdown on the night. And man, it was TD, and more TDs for Bobcats. Early County taking it over 40-6.
All right, could we put up a big 5 there? Early County 5-0, looking good in Georgia right now.
That's amazing, and especially after the loss of, their
Tyler Wims,
Tyler Wims, right, of last
season so far for Craig Story and all those Bobcats out there.
Yeah, they don't only have a powerhouse of players coming with them, but they also have the emotional mindset and everything. Like, they got everything going for them. We're rooting for y'all over there in Georgia.
All right, well, Houston Academy, another team that is rolling on all cylinders, sitting pretty at 3-0 entering tonight.
That's right, and the Raiders hosting New Brockton, the Gamecocks in the search of win number 1. HA trying to show off. HA students, they are having a blast. Look at that. They love the camera. Now 9:49 in the first. Raiders on the 50-yard line. Jib Daughtery with 2 tackles already, kicking the dust up all the way to the house. 50 yards. How about that? Now, WDHN Chief Meteorologist Matthew Wine in the stands. Give us a little wink. They keep fueling up, though. Brockton in the back of the end zone. They got to put it off. 34 yards is where it goes to Will Wells. Well, digging a well all the way back to the end zone once again. And I mean,
They do this.
That's what they do. That's what they do. Now, Zach Holmes don't like what he's seeing, of course, and he would continue not liking what he's seeing. Kaden Mitchell connected with Rod Jackson for one of his 2 touchdowns. HA goes up 28-0 at the end of the first, and second quarter is more of the same. Will Wells again with his second touchdown here as the Raiders laugh on home. HA, 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 ha. 254 yards the first half, over 300 total. 5 interceptions, 1 fumble for a touchdown, which I got to witness right at the end there as 49-6 is our final score with the Raiders. They got that final, it was almost a safety, but the quarterback dropped the ball in the end zone, and so sure enough,
lucky enough.
they got it.
Yeah.
They got a
about
touchdown out of
HA,
it.
we're speaking of jerseys tonight. Might as well show all of our teams love. I haven't seen those black kits from the Raiders so far. It's usually that powder blue. I like the black jerseys. Keep it coming.
That's right. Well, stepping down into 2A, the Ayrton Purple Cats, the Purple Kitty Eaters, as I like to call them, host the Zion Chapel Rebels, who cracked the win column last week, beating Sampson.
All right, Ayrton. I don't know if the Purple Kitty Eaters, they don't want to eat themselves.
Well, it's like the Minnesota Vikings, like the Purple People Eaters, Purple Kitty Eaters. You feeling my vibe?
Well, tonight we'll call them the Purple Rebel Eaters because it was all Ayrton from the get-go. Here's the opening kickoff of the game. They send it down to the Rebels, and Zion Chapel recovers the ball there. But Jordan Smith, you see him number 1. He's usually scored touchdowns, not making tackles on defense, knocks the ball free. Ayrton hops all over it, and they're looking good to start the game. And that means, hey, if your man's going to make a tackle like that, reward him, and that's what they do. Smith into the end zone for the first score of this one. Ayrton up 7-0 after the PAT. And let's keep the offense rolling. Sent looking to throw, and he's going to say, hey, Jordan, you're there somewhere in the flat. Yes, I am. Makes 1 cut, and he scores for his second score of the night. 14-zip Cats. Zion Chapel on the ball. 4th down, and the snap ball. It's not going to get him a first down. Instead, it's going to give Ayrton a beautiful field position as they hop on that bad snap right there. And that leads to this. Another touchdown via Ian Sen, because when the Cats are rolling, they're roaring. Whatever you want to do. Right here, that is Isaiah Johnson, number 4, making a tiptoe catch. Looking like Jamar Chase bringing it in. Ayrton goes on to win 35-0.
They're like Limp Bizkit when they just keep rolling.
Exactly. All right, well, let's go out to Sampson, making it all the way out to the western part of the Wiregrass as the Tigers host the Cottonwood Bears.
That's right. Now, Sampson is shooting for win number 1, and Cottonwood is trying to track down another win in that win column. Now, here comes the Tigers and their opponent for the evening, Cottonwood Bears. Quarterback, Caden Simmons, takes the snap, but hits on the ground. The Tigers and Bears, oh, wait, who gets it? Whose ball is it? Tigers of Sampson will gain possession, and Cottonwood, we get another shot. Simmons looks and launches one to his man, Dylan Ricardo. Boom! Big time capitalized, bringing him down right around the 30-yard line. Later in the first, though, Brody Mixon sends it into the sky because he's just balling, all right? Christian Williams, who called the house phone, goes, hey, Mom, I'm on my way home. Singing it all the way over there to the end zone. And then in the second, Cottonwood would add to their lead as Simmons gets the handoff right about now, bringing himself into the end zone. And that pay dirt, well, it's paying him big time. Right, 2-score advantage for them. Sampson trying to get some offense going, but gives it to Brody Mixon. He's brought down by the host of Bears. And, well, the Bears basically host the Tigers rather than the Tigers host the Bears, right? Yeah, you're right. Okay, that works. Anyway, 22-0 is the final with the Bears taking over the Tigers.
All right, let's roll that play of the night.
Play of the night, sponsored by Lewis Smith Supply Company.
All right, well, it's time for the play of the night. Austin, how about you do the honors once again?
All right, well, it's time for the player of the night. Like he said, oh, here we go. City of Progress making that progress, right? Mikael Johnson having a monster year. And again, showing us that he can juke out even our cameras, right? Gets lost in the action, and before you know it, here he comes, kicking up the rubber. Over 50 yards to the house, and that would be part of Enterprise's big win on homecoming night.
You gotta love it.
You gotta love it.
Gotta bring home a homecoming dub. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at some of the rest of the scores from the Wiregrass action. We'll start with Carroll. The Eagles down in Georgia, taking Seminole County 33-3. Austin.
Yeah, Dale County at Bullock County. We gotta really go over these names more often. Bullock. Yeah, Bullock. Old
Big
Bullock.
win for Dale County.
Dale County over at Bullock County. That's how we'd say it back from Iowa. 29-12.
First win on the year. Good for them. Well, Geneva at Catholic Montgomery. Catholic Montgomery's a squad this year. They're going to be one of the best teams out there, and they win 62-0 over the Panthers.
Now, Slocum at Booker T. Washington beat T-Dubs. They get the dub here tonight, 34-14.
And then Ashford visiting a tough Strawn team, 41-12. Strawn remains undefeated. Ashford still looking for win number 1.
Oh, bang. Good program there, Ashford. Anyway, Bulldogs of Brantley Well, of course, we're number one. They got knocked off by Elba. Are trying to pop their way back, knocking off the Kingston Bulldogs 57-6.
Bulldog matchup right there. And then Houston County taking it. Georgiana, undefeated team, down to the wire here, but falling 22-13. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at some of the matchups we could see next week. We're going to call Game of the Week Elba. You mentioned them. The Tigers, undefeated this year, balling right now, taking on Providence Christian, a good surprise team we've seen in the Eagles.
That's definitely right. And in the week of non-region games, Abbeville hosts Houston Academy.
In the same story, GW Long visits Dale County.
And the Ashford Yellow Jackets taking on the Slocum Red Tops.
Yeah, so that'll be a good one. So that's all the time we have for the extra point. But before we go, of course, we got to tease our cheer and band squad of the week.
That's right. Make sure you go to our WDHN.com, look for the sports section. When you do find that sports section, scroll down. You'll find where you can vote for band and cheer of the week. And make sure you're voting because honestly, I love going out and meeting you guys' cheer, your band. I love meeting I love meeting everybody.
Yeah, it's a great way to get out in the community.
Shout out to the Houston Academy, Houston Academy student section. Like they were outstanding. Now I had a couple good conversations with them. You know, we did some social media per usual. They all like got my Instagram. It was a lot of fun. But hey, make sure you're doing that. Make sure you're voting, and make sure that if we pull up a Twitter poll of some sort, you vote for that too.
Yep, it'll be out there. And of course, hey, on a Friday night, starting at 9:30, you just went to a game, you have that final score. Give us a call or message us here on Facebook. Our phone number is 334-793-1818. So give us a call, let us know the scores.
As always make gains. Michael, you got anything else to say to the people?
Enjoy your weekend. Roll Tide, War Eagle, whoever you cheer for. Enjoy your weekend.